Do you know how shutter speed works in relation to getting good images? Well, stay tuned to find out. Hi, Demelza Marie here with Creative Online Courses, and on this channel I guide you through tips and tutorials to crush it with visual media and produce your online courses like a boss. I also go behind the scenes with a vlog of what it's like to be a mum entrepreneur, so if you're new here, please consider subscribing. So what is shutter speed? Well, it's basically the amount of time that it takes for the shutter to open and close when you push that shutter button, and it determines how much light is allowed in to the lens. So like f-stops, which if you're interested in a video about f-stops, you can watch that right there. It also determines the brightness of the image, and it also determines whether you have a kind of like a motion blur look, or if you want everything to be very sharp and kind of have a frozen look. So a lot of the time you're going to want to prioritize the aperture over the shutter speed, but there are times that you're going to want to prioritize shutter speed over the aperture. And one of those times is going to be when you are capturing fast movement. So if you are wanting to, let's say, capture a runner or a car or something like that, maybe running water, then you're going to need to use a fast shutter speed in order to keep everything in focus and to keep it really sharp. It kind of freezes everything in time, gives that, like in water drops, you can see that water drop suspended in midair kind of thing. Now, if you want to give the idea of motion and moving very fast, then you're going to want to slow that shutter speed down so that it has more of that blurry look, and that kind of gives that feeling of movement and moving fast. So depending on the look that you're going for, if there's a movement in your image, that's how you would look at getting either it very sharp or having that blurry look to create that idea of motion. The other scenario would be to use it in low light situations. So for example, if you are filming in the evening or taking pictures in the evening, then it's low light, and you're going to need to have a slower shutter speed in order to allow more light into the lens. So if you do that, make sure you're using a tripod, because when you slow down the shutter speed, the handheld movements of the camera will be picked up a lot more. Also, when you are filming, taking a photograph of a subject, if it's a person, for example, they're going to have to stay very still for the duration of that time when the shutter speed is open. So if it's for a second or even longer, they're going to have to stay very still for that second or however long it is. That will enable them to stay sharp, allows all that light in that they need, and it will look good. But just remember, the slower the shutter speed, the more it's going to pick up on movement, and that includes your handheld movement as well. So have you had any photos that are blurry, and do you know why? Was it because it was handheld or slow shutter speed or something else? Was it intentional or not intentional? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in more tips and tutorials on visual media or building online courses, or what it's like behind the scenes of a mum building a business, and then please hit that subscribe button right there, and there's another video you can watch right here as well. And if you like this video, please hit that like button, and we will talk soon.